If you love pumpkin spice, why not make it the best? Pre-ground spices often have fillers, and you never know how old they are, giving you little to no flavor. Instead, we're gonna grind our spices fresh for the best flavor. Grinding your spices fresh is a little bit more effort, but it makes a huge difference in the quality of your pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice is a combination of cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, ginger, and in some cases, allspice. And no, there's no pumpkin in it. Start with your ginger because we need to dry it out first. Take a knife and slice it into thin chips. Put your slices of ginger onto a baking sheet and put it in the oven for 4 hours around 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Leave the oven door cracked slightly so all the moisture can escape. You want a low temperature because we're not cooking the ginger, we're only trying to dry it out. While the ginger is drying, you can take your dry spices and break those down. Start with your cinnamon. You've probably had cassia cinnamon, which is popular and widely used. But Ceylon cinnamon has totally different flavor characteristics. Ceylon cinnamon is a lot softer, with thin rolled layers, and the flavor is a lot more like cinnamon candy. I recommend you try both and see which one you prefer. Use your hands, scissors, or a knife to break the cinnamon down into thin splinters. Then, take a knife and chop up your nutmeg. Cut your nutmeg in half, then half those pieces, and then half those pieces. The cloves are already small enough, so they're good as is. With these dry spices, you want to toast them one at a time. You're not cooking them, you're just giving them a little heat to activate those essential oils and start releasing their aroma. Throw your cinnamon splinters into a pan and just give them a quick toast. Once you start to smell the heavy aroma of the cinnamon, you know it's done. Same thing for the nutmeg. Give it a light toast. Once you smell it, it's done. And finally, toast your cloves. Once you smell that strong aroma, they're done as well. Now grab a spice grinder. You may already have one for making coffee, but if you don't, they're really affordable. Around $10 to $20 will give you a nice one. You want to grind your spices one at a time so you can keep your measurements accurate. Add the toasted cinnamon to the grinder and give it a press. You'll hear the grinder turn the cinnamon into a fine powder. Now set the cinnamon aside. If there's some cinnamon stuck in the grinder, just give it a wipe down with a paper towel. You don't want to use water or any kind of liquid because moisture is going to ruin your spices. Keep everything really, really dry. Next, add your toasted nutmeg and give that a grind as well. You'll hear all those big chunks breaking down into a fine, nice powder. Again, give it a quick wipe down if there's any excess nutmeg inside. Next, add your cloves. Once your slices of ginger are dried, those can go in the grinder as well. Now you should have each of the spices in a fresh powdered form. From this point, it's really easy. Just combine the spices together. You want to use 3 tablespoons of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of ginger, 2 teaspoons of nutmeg, and 2 teaspoons of cloves. Give that a quick mix, and you have the absolute freshest pumpkin spice blend. From here, use it like you would normally use pumpkin spice. In baking, in your coffee, you can even make a pumpkin spice syrup with real pumpkin. Simply combine pumpkin puree, any sweetener of your choice, water, and your fresh pumpkin spice. This will give you a delicious pumpkin spice syrup that you can use however you like. While it is more effort, grinding fresh pumpkin spice gives you a lot more control over the ingredients, keeps all the nutrients intact, and it gives you the most flavor possible. If you're going to be using pumpkin spice, why not make it the best? Now that you know how to make the best pumpkin spice, combine it with the best French press coffee. You can check that out by watching this video over here. It's really worth it. Make a great cup of coffee, put some pumpkin spice in it. Oh, so delicious.